Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Pickleball and Politics, where I combine my quest to stay out of the kitchen with my passion for politics. I hope everybody's doing good today. I had a really full day. It started with jury duty. Yes, I had to go to jury duty. You know, we always start with pickleball, so I'm going to tell you. Around noontime, I started getting texts from my pickle ladies, and they were like, can anybody play? Can anybody play? Can anybody play? So I told them if they let me out of this joint in time, I will be able to join you. So luckily, they let us out, and I was able to go play pickle with my ladies at 3 o'clock today. And I'm going to tell you, it's super windy. One of those days where you hit the ball and it ends up 3 courts away, but it did what it did. We had a great time. My serve is a work in progress, but I can finally say that I feel like I'm on the right track. It's been a journey. 3 years playing pickleball, and I'm just starting to feel comfortable and not anxiety with my serve. That's what I'd like to know. Do any of you actually have anxiety before you perform anything in pickleball? Mine is my serve. I'll be honest, I get some anxiety before I serve, but it's getting better. It is. So it was great to go play with them. At the checkout the other day at TJX, saw these pickleball reusable bags that they sell at the checkout, if you might have seen them before. Anyways, they were pickleball, and they were 99 cents. So, of course, I had to buy a half a dozen, and I had to bring them to my ladies, and they were so happy today to get their $1 pickleball bag. I mean, they've been texting me ever since. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So if anybody's looking for a reusable bag that has pickleball paddles and a couple of balls on it, they got them at TJX for 99 cents. So crack of dawn, I had to go to jury duty. I had postponed it from last year. They let you postpone it once. So I had postponed it from last year, and it was my time to go. So I called yesterday. They hadn't updated their message when the paperwork said call after 3. We'll update the message. Message wasn't updated. Called at about 4:15. It wasn't updated. I called again at 4:30. It had been updated. Said I had a report. So off I go. Crack of dawn, I was up. Get into the city. And traffic is a nightmare. A nightmare. I'll tell you that. I am glad I don't have to go into the city every day. I'm going to tell you, kudos to people who do. So as I go in, find parking, and go into the building, there is the most miserable court officer who's telling you to put your stuff down on the conveyor belt and bring you through the metal detector. My metal detector did go off, probably because of my bracelets, and then he wanted me, and he was just like, turn around. And I was like, he was just miserable, you know, put your coffee there, turn around. He was just, wasn't welcoming. So I go, I'm a juror. Where do I go? And he says, you just hang here in the lobby. Well, that's what there was, you know, people in the lobby. Okay, so you hang around, you wait. About, I was on time, probably 15 minutes later, another court officer comes over and said, jurors, come on down. So had to follow like cattle, really, down the stairs, down the hall, put us in the holding cell, so to speak. Decent sized room. There were only 20 of us. I turned around, I counted. I found it hard to believe there were only 20 people. Another court officer comes in and he says, we have 5 cases this morning. There's only 20 of you. If they go to trial, there's a good chance that you will be serving because there's not too many of you here today. We'll be back in soon. In the meantime, we're going to put this video on for you to watch. So they put on the video. It had been produced by Suffolk University, which has a law school. And on comes the Chief Justice of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Supreme Court, Kim Budd. She's there to welcome us. Tells us that she knows it's a challenge to serve, to come to jury duty, but that they are also appreciative for the effort we made, and that it is the most important duty we have as citizens to serve on the jury. And I thought to myself, isn't it the most important duty we have as citizens not to break the law? Think about that. If nobody broke the law, we wouldn't need jurors, would we? Yeah, that's all I could think of. So we got the rah-rah speech, thank you for your service. This is a great thing you're doing today. If you get on a trial, you are going to love it. You're going to find it so interesting. Thank you so much. And then she reminded us that we should be so thrilled to serve because women did not have the opportunity to serve on the jury until 1950, and that we should be excited for this opportunity. And I thought to myself, let's go back to 1950. Maybe women shouldn't serve on the jury. I know people are going to argue with that. I'm just being funny. I'm kind of making a joke right there. So the video was very rah, 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 and I thought, ooh, the brainwashing is starting early here today, isn't it? So we sat around and we wait, and then we wait some more, and we wait some more. Remember, I've been there since right after 8. About 10:30, they say, oh, you can go get coffee. Come back in 15 minutes. So we all file out. We all come back. We wait. Another court officer comes in, and he says, well, we're down to 2 cases. So I will let you know what's going on as soon as possible. And he left. Now, I noticed that everybody, I tried to engage with people, but I noticed no matter how much you try, people are just in their phones. I'd ask people, where are you from? Because my county is really gerrymandered. So I wanted to know how far they actually live away from me. And some of them live quite far. And no matter how much I tried to engage with them, I got no responses. None at all. So at the beginning of the day, they had said, oh, if you get impaneled, you will be called up. You'll talk to the judge. And that's the time to tell him if you have any issues why you would not be able to serve, like you're having a root canal tomorrow, or you have a very important doctor's visit and you'll have to show proof, or show us what it's all about, why you can't miss it. And someone says, well, I'm not sure if I'll be a good juror because I have generational trauma. He goes, oh, well, you can talk to the judge about that if you get called. And I thought to myself, what's generational trauma? I thought, wow, is that a woke phrase or what? I mean, we talked about woke and all these phrases that we never had before. But I thought, wow, she has generational trauma? Wow, she can't serve on a jury because of generational trauma? Well, he said to her, if you get called on to if you get seated, you can talk to the judge about that then. And I just thought, oh, wow, generational trauma. Anyways, I looked around and I thought to myself, all these people, they're just a bunch of empty souls. They're like shells of human beings. The phone has taken away so much from us. I mean, we all know it's company, especially when we're alone. And let's face it, it does have some great things, but it has completely insulated us to the point where we don't interact with anybody. And I really tried to interact with people, but you get nothing. So after a while, you just stop giving them any energy because you don't get any back. Anyways, the day went on. Around 1 o'clock, they finally came in and they said, do you want the good news or the bad news? And me and my big mouth said, I would like the bad news, please. And so they said, well, the bad news is you do not get to serve on a jury today. The good news is you can go home. And so everybody, was thrilled to get going. I was thrilled because my pickle ladies wanted to play this afternoon. And so it was a busy day. I was glad that I went because it is an interesting experience. It was no real hardship. I know people don't like going to jury duty, but honestly, it was not a hardship at all. And one of these days, maybe I will get on a trial. I would like just a little trial, one that lasts like 3 hours and we have a verdict in 10 minutes. But anyways, as you know, I end every episode with the dink of the day. And today's dink was that security officer who welcomed us. Well, he didn't welcome us at all. Who was at the door at the courthouse. He hates his job. He hates it. It's too bad. I get it when you're dealing with the public, and let's face it, half the people coming through are probably criminals or they've been accused of something, that it might be hard to be pleasant all the time. But he knows we were jurors, and I just thought he should have been a little nicer to us. That's all. Anyways, you can reach me on Getter at Pickleball and Politics. You can reach me on Instagram at Pickleball and Politics. You can reach me on Twitter at Pickle and Paul. You can go see me here on my YouTube channel, Pickleball and Politics, or go to my website, pickleballandpolitics.com. Leave me a message. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe so you never miss an episode. Okay, until next time, thanks for joining me on Pickleball and Politics.